Hey, what's up, guys? The world's nine best fantasy football players expert, Danny Football here, back with this special edition divisional draft. This is a first for the league, first for me. It's really given me a great chance to go into my draft chops, evaluating prospects, which is great for me. I am the expert, so it's only appropriate that I rank these teams, see who's on top. So, with that being said, I'd like to unveil my first ever Danny Football's Draft Big Board version 1.0. You can see right here. As you can see, I think there are some clear generational talents at the top of this draft. Team Sam Hinkie, Ham and Throw, working our way all the way down to the perennial contenders of the league, the SWAT teams, Bart Harley's, Blood, Sweat, and Beers. I think there's a lot of good picks at the top, and some teams that you probably are not going to be wanting to pick later in the draft. Real dart throws there. So I'm going to be with you all night. We're going to be breaking down the picks, giving my expert analysis. And with that being said, we're going to send it over to the commissioner to kick things off for tonight. Hello, and welcome to the world's nine best fantasy football players divisional draft 2023, our first ever divisional draft. As all of our loyal fans are very well aware, the league, by resolution, has decided to change the structure from two divisions to three. I am joined here today by our three best performing teams in the regular season from last year: the Mental Brick Walls, the Pumper McNichols, and the Texarkana Bandits. Each team will make three selections, filling out their division of four. We'll start with the Brick Walls, go to the Pumper McNichols, then the Bandits, and then snake back. Anything is on the table. These teams can trade, they can negotiate. All they have to do is make three picks. And with that, we'll send it over to the teams to introduce themselves.
Brett Kettleinick here, the owner, manager, and operator of the Mental Brick Walls. I'm honored to be part of this and very much looking forward to getting started here.
Timmy from the Pumper McNichols here. Might be having a rebrand soon. Not sure if Jeremy McNichols is going to get picked up by a team. So pending that, we'll see. We'll see if we need a rebrand, but excited to be here. Excited to draft and determine everyone's futures for the next 3 years.
Grayson Maker, Chief Executive President of the Texarkana Bandits. Excited for a future of prosperity.
The first pick in the draft goes to the Mental Brick Walls for their stellar regular season performance last year. The Mental Brick Walls are on the clock.
Envelope is frozen.
Is there a clock?
Oh, there's a clock.
There's a clock. All right.
Team Sam Hinkie.
Oh, what? You don't want to chat?
See, I wanted to just say that and then go to the second pick because I thought that would be the funniest possible outcome.
I'm good with that.
Apparently, we could just sit around and shit on Vanek for a little bit. Yeah.
How many picks does Vanek have, Tooch? Like 2?
This year, I think only one.
Oh my god.
I think he has to change his team name.
Team Vanek has one first round pick this year.
I don't think Vanek knows how the process works. Who did he? Okay, well, that's fine.
Like, I'm looking at his team. It is so bad. I don't know how it's possible to be this bad.
I don't know either.
A great first overall pick.
That Brett was not ready to pick until I mentioned something.
Yeah. I guess for the benefit of the rest of the league, I almost just did the worst thing of all time and just drafted someone else because I didn't think through it. But Timmy luckily steered me in the correct direction. So that sucks for Grayson.
Yeah, not too much surprise here with that number one overall pick. I had Team Sam Hinkie pegged in here as my number one pick. This is really one of those generational talents, a real can't miss prospect. Team Sam Hinkie is going to be a day one starter in any division, so it makes complete sense that Brett wanted to lock up that poor franchise here with that number one overall spot. This is really everything you want out of that number one overall pick. If this was baseball, you'd say they were a five-tool player. They've got really not a lot of draft picks, not a lot of talent, questionable ownership, questionable team name, and a history that has been lacking success. Those are all five tools right there. I think this is a really solid pick to start things off. We'll see if things get a little more exciting moving on.
Uh,
Right, Timmy. Pumper and Nichols are on the clock.
phone's open, boys. Any offers for 2 overall?
I'll take it.
What you got?
You can have 3.
All right, so I'm gonna select.
With the second pick in the 2023 Divisional Draft, the Pumper McNichols select Ham and Throw.
Mike Visconti's team.
Damn.
Is it called Ham and Throw still?
Yeah.
I would like to select Ham and Throw with 2 overall, and I feel pretty great about it. I would also like to take this time to voice again that Visconti is an idiot for including his own first rounder in a pick in a trade that made his team worse. I don't really get that at all. But hey, man, hope Kyle Pitts catches a touchdown sometime soon.
Another one here, not too surprising. These teams have been going chalk so far, Timmy, with the Ham and Throw pick. I think that was pretty predictable. Ham and Throw is another one of those plug and play guys in your division. Someone you just want, he's going to fill in probably that bottom spot for you every year. Really a great pick. They have no viable quarterbacks. They love to make the big trades, big swings and misses. Really an injury prone team, not a lot of promise, and giving up their own first round pick in the rookie draft this year, not a lot of promising signs for this franchise. All the things I'm looking for to make them a great first round pick, and that is exactly what the Pumper McNichols got in Ham and Throw. All right, Bandits, over to you. Third pick.
Let's do it. I think I'm just going to go for most fun division. So I'm going to draft.
With the third pick in the 2023 draft, the Texarkana Bandits select undefeated, never lost.
Undefeated, never lost.
It's a logical selection.
I don't know, man. I'm a little afraid of them.
A lot of picks.
Four first rounders this year. And don't make. I guess I don't know if their moves are stupid or not yet. We won't know for like another 5 years, but 4 first rounders is a lot.
This is here we go. Our first deviation from the experts' big board. A little bit of a shock here, but not too much of a shock for those who've tracked their historic performance. And I emphasize the historic there. Undefeated, never lost. I had them as number 5, mostly just due to that insane draft capital over the next couple of years. But Grayson, he is an expert. He is a fan of the show. I know he's been scouting this team for a long time. Look, I'm going to say it's one of those riskier picks. Kind of a developmental project. Maybe this team turns out to be the really bad team that we've always expected them to be, really solidifying that first round pick value. They got a lot of young guys, a lot of picks. There is the chance that they're finally able to turn things around. I will say this is a pick where you got to take into account possibly some poor management there, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and some off the field issues possibly causing these guys to rise up in the draft. We'll look to see if that's more of a theme moving forward.
And to add to the chaos of the division, I am going to take.
With the 4th pick in the 2023 Divisional Draft, the Texarkana Bandits select Blood, Sweat, and Beers.
Take Jacob.
All right, a very interesting fourth overall pick.
I'm okay with that.
And another shocking pick out of the Bandits going with blood, sweat, and beers. This is a team I had all the way down at my number 7 spot. I expected them to be a third round pick. They've had some historic success, and they essentially have no picks this year. I think they've got their fourth and fifth round. I'm sure that's something the Bandits were looking at here, something they were evaluating. But this team has just consistently been a contender. They were a real, combine hero in the past, proving their worth, kind of shooting their way down teams' draft boards here, really proving that they're a viable team. Look, I'll say, with the Bandits trying to emphasize fun, I think they got a great locker room guy here in Jacob, great division teammate, someone you love to have in your division, but I think this pick might be our first reach of the draft, and I'm wondering if this is going to come back to bite Grayson in a couple of years.
I'll trade you for this pick, Timmy.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I know who I want, so what are you gonna offer me?
I'm assuming some kind of swap. Do I pick before you in the second round?
You do. You have the snake.
All right. I'll swap seconds. Oh, we're talking the actual rookie draft here, right?
Oh no! I thought you were talking about this draft.
Hey, you guys
You
can
have a
swap picks
snake.
in the rookie drafts. I'll allow it.
I mean, I'll put rookie draft picks on the table. I just didn't realize that's what you're talking about.
I'll swap seconds with you, and then you can have the option to swap first with me next year.
Is this separate from the division draft? This has nothing to do with the division draft?
This is to swap division draft picks right now.
Okay. You will give me the option to swap first round picks in the rookie draft next year.
And a second round swap this year.
Timmy, keep in mind you are in the 11th spot, and Brett is in the 9th slot.
I'm aware. Do I have my own pick in the second round, or do I have Joe's?
That I do not know.
I'm looking right now. I have Joe's pick this year, Brett, which will be 2-7,
2. Hold on.
2-10. Did he make the Final Four?
Joe's pick is 5th.
Oh,
Okay, so we can't do that.
okay, but what you're proposing is that we switch picks right now in the
We
division.
switch picks right now. I mean, the first round's the more valuable. My team is due for terrible regression. You could have a top 3 pick next year.
So we switch picks right now in the division draft. In the rookie draft, you're giving me the option to switch first rounders next year. Is that the entire deal?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm offering you Marvin Harrison for this pick.
I'm just trying to figure out who you want so bad because I thought I knew what I wanted, but now I'm not sure. This will be full swap rights next year.
Full swap rights next year.
Choose to not swap, but it would be a swap.
Yeah.
Do you have your own first rounder next year before we proceed?
That's a good question. I think that I do. I think I have all of my picks. And I don't have 2 first rounders next year, do I?
No, you have your 2024 first, and that is it.
Do I have my first through my 5th next year?
Yes. And okay. I do as well. And I have Joe's second again. This is spicy, Brad. Do you think the Parma Nickels are going to be bad or something?
No, I just want, there's someone I want.
You really want Will? I want Will too, man.
I thought about it, but I like rooting for the Chung guy too much. I couldn't do it. I'm a Chung guy fan through and through.
I'm thinking of having Will and Sconti, and that sounds pretty good to me. And then you'll have Will and Vanek. Ooh. I would like to counter.
Okay, I'm listening.
We swap these next 2 picks, and then also the next 2 picks after. So you're going to pick, then I'm going to pick twice, then you're going to pick in the division draft.
So essentially, and the first round swap.
Yes.
No.
How much do I want Will in my division?
Do divisions matter more than I'm aware of? Are we playing these guys twice or
You're
something?
playing everybody
You're playing
twice per year. That's in your
Ah.
division.
And everyone else once, right?
Yeah.
I will accept, Brett.
You will accept? Okay.
I have an optional swap of our first round picks next year, and you and I swap picks right now in the division draft.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna go you, me, coming up, right?
Yeah.
I agree. Commissioner, I agree.
All right, I'll authorize that. That's fun.
Go ahead, Brad. Take our boy.
There has been a trade. The Mental Brick Walls now own the rights to the 5th overall pick. With the 5th overall pick in the 2023 Divisional Draft, the Mental Brick Walls select Team Big Chungus 22.
Give me the Chung guy. The most likely to not set a lineup, I feel, is the best.
This one here is a great value pick. I think the Mental Brick Walls, they saw their guy, they knew who they wanted, and they did whatever they needed to do to move up and take this pick. Team Big Chungus 22, I had them in there at my 3rd spot. I think this is a steal. And really, this is one of those kinds of trades where you'll look back on this a couple of years from now, this moment, and think this is when the money was made. Mental Brick Walls, they went out, got their guy. Team Big Chungus, look, they made some bad trades. They've had an absent-minded manager, probably not even a fan of the show, probably doesn't even know that we're switching to 3 divisions, has never made the playoffs, and there's always been some whispers about a potential franchise relocation. So a lot of things that I really loved out of this prospect. I expected them to be a first round pick, but here they are sitting in the middle of the 2nd round, and I gotta say I love the move from the Brick Walls to go out and lock up their guy.
And I guess we could propose here. I feel like this is something we can't decide. I have another thing I'd like to propose at the end of this. But can we maybe put into the pre-rookie draft a vote for divisional games to occur in the first 3 weeks of the regular season and the last 3 weeks of the regular season?
I'll put that proposal forward for the league.
Okay. I could hear some strong counters to that, namely that you'd have to play everyone else with buys, but it's an interesting. I feel like that could go to a vote.
I'll counter it.
God, I really fucked up. I totally should have just traded Grayson for one of his picks and told him that if he didn't give it to me, that he couldn't sleep in my apartment this weekend. Didn't think
Good
that
chance.
was
Hey, you stick and trade.
good.
All right, so 6th pick. The rights now are with Timmy.
Any offers for this pick while we're in a trading mood?
I'll give you the last pick, and let's see how many 5th rounders I have this year in the rookie draft. I'll give you the last pick, and $5 fab.
I'm gonna decline. Thank you, though. Appreciate the offer. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take.
The Pumper McNichols now own the 6th overall pick due to their trade with the Mental Brick Walls. And with the 6th pick, the Pumper McNichols select Suck of the Irish.
Tom Walsh, or the what are they called now? Suck of the Irish.
Suck of the Irish. That's that one might also be workshopped.
Good name to have in my division for now, though.
6th pick, I think makes a lot of sense for Timmy here. Just best available guy on the board. I had Tom sitting there at my number 4 spot. He's got a pretty thin roster. Made some big trades last year, gave up some draft picks. And look, their luck's got to run out eventually. And you started to see that towards the end of the playoffs there. Their playoff performance, I think, really warranted a second look from some of the scouts here, trying to reevaluate some of the talent. At least for me, in my expert analysis, I would put them a lot higher. than this sixth spot. I definitely thought they'd be going sooner than this. So good pick here for the Pumper McNichols, and I think they're going to be pretty happy with this pick come a couple years from now. Next pick goes to Brett.
Hey Timmy, I'll give you this pick. We could undo the first round swap next year.
I'm good, thank you though.
You sure?
I really want this first round swap now.
Okay.
Way to lowball your own team, by the way, and say you're due for massive regression.
I am. That's being honest. You guys scored all my points at the beginning of the season. I don't want to take too much time here. Let me just check one thing. All right, I'll take.
This begins the third round of the 2023 The World's 9 Best Fantasy Football Players draft, and with the 7th overall pick, the Mental Brick Walls select. Then he waddled away.
I'll take Then He Waddled Away with my last pick. We'll round out that division. It'll be myself, Foch, Will, and Vanek.
Now this is a pick I actually really like. I think perfect spot for this team, Waddle. They're one of those like high upside teams. You know, that they could end up looking like a really good pick. They could end up looking like a really bad pick. They're missing some key mid-round draft picks, but in general, they still got their firsts together. So good foundation to build. I totally expected this team to go later in the draft, and it's exactly where they went. They've got some big-time guys still: Mahomes, Waddle, Cup. Very athletic bunch. You do have to question their football IQ, their true dedication, grit to the game, but I think this is a great spot for this team to go, and we only got 2 picks left. Moving on to Timmy, second to last pick, picking for yourself and essentially for Grayson here. So
I don't want to be in the 2-time champs division, so I'm going to go ahead and take.
With the 8th overall pick, the Pumper McNichols select Bart Harley Jarvis Landry.
Nooch. 3? Geez, we've been playing this for this long? Ugh.
I'm just say 2 didn't seem right.
3 in a row? Alright, yeah, I still want Nooch.
And there you go, Bart Harley, Jarvis Landry going with the second to last pick here. This is a team, look, I think in my expert analysis, I would have pegged them last. We'll take that part out. In my expert analysis, I would have picked this team last. I think they've got a lot of really good players on their roster still, a lot of upside. That I do have to say, this is a team that looks better on tape than they do on the field. I think that might be why they got that second to last spot here instead of the last. But again, I think when it comes down to it, there's only a couple teams left. You got to pick one. And look, here you go for the team that hasn't historically performed. I think it's a very solid draft theory from Timmy here, although you do have to wonder if he's afraid of the commissioner's team. I think they're probably going to be a better value pick.
I will take.
And with the 9th and final pick of the 2023 Divisional Draft, the Texarkana Bandits select the 3-time reigning champion SWAT team.
The SWAT team.
I like that. Bold pick.
Good pick.
With our last pick, by default, SWAT team going to Grayson's division. This is the team. Look, I had them ranked a little bit higher than this. Frankly, I think they fell here for no good reason. They've had a historic performance, one of those true contenders of the league, but their luck's got to burn out eventually with their roster getting older. It's the team that just wins, you know, real physical on the defensive side of the ball. It's physicality that you're really looking for out of these type of prospects. Very high football IQ in the locker room, front office for the SWAT team. I think everyone knew this team was going to fall to the 3rd round here. I am a little surprised to see them at the last pick, but nonetheless, I think this is a pick that sneaky could be good for Grayson moving forward. Look back on this moment a couple of years from now, and I think this is going to be a fantastic value pick for the Bandits at the end of the draft. All right. Well, that concludes our 2023 divisional draft. Thank you to all of our participants. We've had some great picks. I think we're going to have some good divisions from here on out. We will, I look forward to discussing the new divisions with everyone after the video gets released. And happy draft day to everyone. And I look forward to seeing you all during the rookie draft later this summer.
Commish, I do have one more proposal I'd like to throw out there.
No, please.
And I think that maybe the people who drafted could push this through if there isn't too much anger. But since we haven't decided in what the redraft will be after 3 years, presumably it would be who won the division in the third year. But what if we just did it based on best record against your division over the course of 3 years? So there's kind of a running standing for the 3 years between your division. Make those divisional games matter a little bit more.
Yeah, we could do that. I will throw the proposals out there. We'll take some votes. I think Miguel's got some proposals stashed up. So
I have a counter proposal where we have a chicken run around in a pen with different names on it, and whichever one he shits on, that's who gets to draft the division.
All right.
We'll
I will add that one to the docket.
I would like to second Brett's proposal and whatever the opposite of second Grayson's proposal.
We'll talk. We'll discuss. I'll get my proposal man on this one.
Thank you, Commish.